Okay, so we have more of the polynomials that do not have a 1 on the front. And this one is still a little bit one of the easier ones because 5 can only be factored one way. So we're going to go ahead and put in 5k and 1k, or just k. I'm looking at a difference. So I've got two opposite signs. And I'm not going to put them in right now because I don't know which direction they're going to go in. And my product of these two terms will be 4, but my inside and outside terms will subtract to 8. So I'm going to look at all the ways I can do 4, 1, 2, 2. Okay, I will start with the 2 and the 2 because that's my pattern, doing the ones that are closer together. 2, 2. Okay, so now I'm looking for a difference, and I've got a 10k from my outside terms and a 2k from my inside terms, and 10 and 2 will subtract to the 8. To make it a negative 8, I want the 10 to be negative, so I'm going to look at my 10 and I'm going to slide the negative right in front of the 2 here to make the negative on the 10 and the positive on the 2 to give me a negative 8 in the middle. And 2 times negative 2 is 4, and 5 times 1 is 5. So I haven't factored. If I were going to do the same one using my AC method, I would multiply 5 and 4 together to get 20. Okay? And I would say, what are the factors of 20 that could give me a difference of 8? Okay? So I would factor 20, 1, and 10, 2, 10 and 2 will be the ones that give me the factor to 8. The difference of 8. So then I set this up 5k, and since I want some cancellation, factoring by grouping, I'm going to put the 10 here. So I'm going to put minus 10k and plus 2k. Let me erase this. And then minus 4. Okay, so the AC method multiplies the A term and the C term together, and this A term and the C term together, factors it to get a difference of 8. Okay, so I took the 20 and I factored it in such a way, or broke it apart in such a way that I could get a negative 8k. So this, oops, needs a square there, okay, has been written as a 4-term polynomial instead of a trinomial here. And now I factor by grouping. I pull out the 5 and the k here between these two, and that's going to leave me with a k minus a 2. I factor out a 2, and that's going to leave me with a k minus a 2. I factor out to the front the k minus 2, and I'm left with 5k plus 2. 5k plus 2, k minus 2. I get the same factors, usually in a different order, but the same factors. All right. Now, this one has something that has multiple factors on the front, but only one factor on the back. So it's still not very difficult, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put the 3 and the 1. 3, 1 on the back. Same sign, both negative. So I really do know a lot about what's going on. So now 8 could be 8, 1, 4, 2. I'm wanting to get a difference, a sum of 10. Okay, so, but my inside and outsides have to go together. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. And if I'm going to, I would put the 2 there and the 4 there, starting with this factor. Then I'm going to FOIL it together, and I'm going to get inside negative 6, outside negative 4. That does give me a negative 10 in the middle. I need to slide my W's in, don't I? Need to slide my W's right there. And when you FOIL that together, Now you will get back to your original polynomial. Okay? This one has, finally, we have one that has two sides that we should factor. Okay? So basically, 9 factors with a 9, 1, 3, 3, and 20 factors with a 21, 2, 10, 4, 5. Okay, so those are all my different options of what I can have. So now I'm going to put these together and talk about the factoring process and the reasoning process that I'm going to go through. Now remember, when my middle term is not very big, I will usually start with my factors that are closest together. So I will start, and remember this is what makes it be called the trial and error method. I will start with the 3b and the 3b. Now this sign tells me that I have opposite signs, so I'm not going to put them in yet. I'm just going to give myself a little reminder that I have opposite signs, which means I'm subtracting the inside and the outside terms to get the 3b. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start like I usually do with a 5 and a 4, and put a 5 and a 4. And when I FOIL, my outside term is 12, my inside term is 15. I'm looking for a difference of 3, and I just found it, didn't I? 15 and 12 have a difference of 3. I want the difference in the middle to be positive, therefore I'll make the 15 positive and the 12 a negative. I check to make sure I have all of my variables in there, and I'm done. When I FOIL this together, I get it back into the right shape. Okay, now if we were going to do this one with the AC method, we would multiply the 9 and the 20 together to get 180, and we would be factoring 180 in such a way that we would get a difference of 3. Okay, so we would be factoring that to a difference of 3, so I would have to look at all the factors of 180, and this is probably one of those that I would rather do this method, but we'll go ahead and do it. So we got 180, which is going to factor as 180 times 1, or 2 times 90, or 3 times 60, or 4 times, okay, 18, 180, is that going to be 4 times, I got to do it out here, that one's just not coming to me, it's going to be 4, 16, 25, okay, so 4 times 45, and 6 times 30, I'm going to erase some of these over here because I'm running out of time. 6 times 30, or let's see, that still doesn't have a difference of 3. 6 times 30, and no 7, no 8, 9 times 20, and 10 times 18, and 12 times 15. Let's check it. It's 12 times 15. 12 times 15 is 10, and 5, 6, and 12. So 180, and there it is. So after all of that time, I found 12 and 15, which were my difference of 3. So then I would have to write 9b squared plus 15b minus 12b and minus 20 and factor. This is definitely the long way on this one. I would go with the first method on this one. All right? And I need to plug in my phone.